Now, function approximation. So, function approximation is, now we consider the function, the capital F is equal to f x1, x2, x3, xn, and where x1, x2, x3, xn are variables. These are also called in terms of the numerical methods, the arguments. Have you heard the name arguments? Arguments. Arguments are very popular terms. Arguments. X1, x2 are also called the arguments. Arguments. So arguments are also, the variables are very popular with the help of in the mathematical sciences, but when we talk about the numerical, then the arguments are very important. The same thing are arguments. Suppose delta xi represent error in each xi, so that the error in f is this particular uh, this delta xi represents 5 centimeter. Then exactly or truly we are not able to measure the that very length or distance. So 5 centimeter means that object is 5 centimeter, but exactly this is not 5. So observed plus true value plus some error. We commit the error. We are bound to, we are forced to commit the error because the human or instruments or any principle of the computation or the numerical methods that allows the inherent error. We have already discussed the inherent errors. So this represent error in each xi, so that in xi, if you measure the xi, if you compute the xi, the error delta xi is going to occur. So f plus del f, f is here and del f, then this function become x plus, now this argument becomes the x plus delta x, this one. And similarly x2 plus delta x2, so forth so on up to xn plus delta x. Taylor series expansion of the right hand side of the 131 gives rather you can say Taylor expansion of the f plus delta f. This expression is important. 1.32 gives. We take the help of the Taylor expansion of this or any function, but now function has become like this function. So right hand side of this by the Taylor expansion, you can check this one, check this. It's simple, you can check by derivation. So right hand side has become in this way 1.33. We assume the errors in xi as small and delta x upon xi is always less than, this is not double, rather you can make it single. This is not double, this is single one, it is less than, so that the second and higher power of delta xi can be ignored. Equation 1.33 gives what this line says. If we assume the errors in delta xi as small, this error is going to be very small. Error in xi. Error in xi means we are talking about delta xi. Error in xi, we are talking about the delta x. When this is very small, then this is the relative error. It is always when this is small and this is the full quantity, so this is always less than equal to, this is always less than 1, not equal to 1. Equal to 1 means xi upon xi, then this will be equal to 1. That is not possible because the measuring the errors, measuring the quantity allows the error, and that error is plus minus this. Suppose we are given the 5 centimeter substance and we want to measure it, so this we can measure 4.98 or we can measure 5.2. So this is a error of 0.2. This is the error of one is the minus and another is one. If we measure 4.98, then this is the minus, and if we measure the 5.2, then this is the plus. So therefore, delta xi, when delta xi is going to be very, very small, when it is going to be very, very small, when our measured value or computed value is just close to the true value, then this error becomes very, very, very small. That is we represent delta xi. Sorry, order delta xi. Order delta xi, this becomes very, very small. This becomes very, very small. Becomes very, very small, and this is always less than 1. The second order powers of delta xi can be ignored. From here, this is ignored. So simply what we get delta f. Delta f means we are interested. We are intending to compute the delta f. So delta f, how we can get the delta f? This minus this, the 1.31. Then delta f is here, and this is equal to delta xi, delta f upon delta xi, del f, del xi, so forth, so on. Del f, del xn, delta xn. So error means this is a function. They are talking about this delta f upon small f. So this is correct, but you can write here delta f in this way. Create confusion. I told you, but this is also symbolically correct. But this is delta f compared to this one. So del f, del x1 upon del x1 f plus del f, del x2 and del x2 f plus so forth, so on, del f, del xn, del xn, del f, del f xn, and this is del xn f. Correct reading is del xn of f, del f of xn, del x2 of f, del 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 f x2. So replacing the function, now we are going to, you just see here, replacing the function fh with its approximation phi h. Suppose fh is function and it is being approximated by phi h and denoting the known error bound as mu hn. Already this kind of bounds we have discussed, if you remember. There we discussed what? Chn like something. Where n is a positive integer, we have another error is here, mistake is here, rather you can say. This is not fh. This is what?
Phi h.
Yes, this is phi h. So there are small errors in this book that may get you confused, but try to understand. Since you have prepared this book, I have to handle this. Does phi h approximate fh? This approximate fh, and we can write, you just check this one. Fh is equal to phi h is equal to order hn. Order hn is what? This is the error, this is the approximated value, and this is the function. So function is written what? Ultimately, this is the function. This is the true value of function. True value of function. Function is equal to approximated value of function. Approximated value of function and then plus error plus error, like this. Ultimately, we come to this very point. Now the example. Let us take the example. I just remove all these things. So where is eraser? Because we have written number of things here. Okay, so we come to this example. I give you the view of full example, no problem. Okay, example E 1.15, determine the maximum relative error for the function. F is equal to 3x square y square plus 5y square z square minus 7x square z square plus 338. For x is equal to y is equal to z is equal to 1 and delta x is minus 0.05, delta y is equal to 0.001 and delta z is 0.02. This is the minus. This is minus. Minus means when x is equal to 1, then you are measuring it what? Who will tell? If x is equal to 1, if x is equal to 1, look at here, if x is equal to 1, then if error is delta x is equal to minus 0.05, where delta x is delta x is what? It is minus of 0.05. Okay, means it means we are measured. Approximated value is what? Approximated value is what? Approximated value is, who will tell? Minus means 0. This is 0.95. We measured it 0.95. Do you get me or not?
सब प्लस हो जाएगा.
This is minus. Delta x.
Sir, true value of the function is equals to approximated plus error होता है ना, तो 1 में इधर आएगा तो ये शायद प्लस हो जाएगा.
Okay, just approx. Right. This is minus, so
1.05.
Correct. This will be not like this. This will be correct. 1 point. This will be 1.05. Correct. Because measured is this one, and delta x is then plus. This will be plus minus of 0.5. This minus, this quantity is minus. This is minus. So I think this is one way of understanding the problem. Now what we are doing with this problem. So we are given this function f 3 square. Similarly, the next one will be 0.001 means what will be approximate value in this very case? Who will tell? This one. You subtract from 1.
0.009.
Eh?
0.009. 009.
Point.
सब 1 में से अगर 0.001 को माइनस करेंगे तो 0.999 आएगा.
हाँ, तो 0.999 999. Then this will be added, so that will become 1.
Yes,
And in this very case, 0.098.
98.
This will be
0.098.
98. Approximated
Yes, sir.
value will be 0.98. In this
Yes,
very
sir.
case, approximated value will be 0.999. In this
Yes,
very
sir.
case, approximated value is 1.05. So that is why the delta x is always plus or minus both. So we can commit the error in measurement or in computation, and that approximated value may be undervalued or that may be overvalued. So there are two things. One is the approximated, and another is over
Over approximated.
approximated. Under approximated or over approximated. So this value is what? This value is 1 point. This value, where is this value 1.05 is
over
over approximated, and another value if we write, then
under approximated.
yes, 0.999 and another value is 0.98.
8.
These are under approximated, because they are less than 1.
1.
It's over approximated because this is greater than 1.
Exact value.
Okay, yes, exact or true value. Now we come
Yes, sir.
to, so similarly we have taken the first derivative with respect to x, the first derivative with respect to y, the first derivative with respect to z. So I think there is no problem when we take f with respect to x, then y and z remain as constant. So I take that first derivative with respect to y, the x and z will remain constant, and when the del z f, this is with what? Del z f or del z of f. But in short, we read it del z f. This is not read as or spoken as del f upon del z. This is always wrong.
Del upon del z f.
Del upon del z f, no, wrong. This meeting has been upgraded by the host and now includes unlimited minutes. Okay, we can continue this lecture unlimited. Okay. So what we speak it? Del z of f, one way. Del z of f or del z f. I am writing correct way of pronunciation. Del z of f, that is here is capital F, or equivalently correct. In short, correct way is also here del z f. So most of the time we read it del z f, del z f, del z f, del y f, del x f. This is not del f upon del x. This is completely wrong. This is not a ratio. This is not upon. This is not division, not ratio, not proportion. Del x is the first derivative, first partial derivative. Del, I just because you in your BSc there is no proper training of your basics. Therefore, there is a problem. Del x of f. Del means del y is the partial first order partial derivative. This is not any ratio or something. So we are just operating the del x over f. This is the feeling. This is not del f upon del x. This is completely wrong. 101% wrong. Is it okay?
Yes,
Is
sir.
it clear today? Yes, always say del x f, del y f, del z,
Del z f.
f. Okay, not upon.
Yes, sir.
By mistake, if you say upon, that is okay. One thing is we must know the things. We must know the correct things. We must do the correct things. Do you follow my statements?
Yes,
We
sir.
must know the correct things. I just write. These are the lessons for us where we should be we must know the correct things. And we must do it, means we must take the correct name. But as a human, we can commit the errors if we cannot do the correct things, then at least we must know the correct things. Do you get this point or not? हमें जानना भी चाहिए सही चीज, हमें करना भी चाहिए सही चीज, लेकिन अगर हम सही चीज कर नहीं सकते कभी कभी तो हमें फिर भी सही चीज जानना चाहिए. तो आज सही चीज ये जानना कि ये है del x ऑफ f, ये है del x f. If we cannot pronounce, if sometimes forget, if we say del f, del x, it is okay. But you are knowing that we have pronounced it wrongly. It should be del x f. But निकला क्या मुंह से? del f upon del x. ये गलत हो गया. लेकिन हम सही जानते हैं. अगर कोई पूछता है तो हम कहेंगे सर ये जल्दी से बोलने में गलती हो गई. बट वी मस्ट नो इट. दिस इज अ प्रॉपर ट्रेनिंग ऑफ द मैथमेटिक्स. हमें छोटी बड़ी चीजें हम जान लेते हैं, छोटी चीजें ज्यादा हम ओवरलुक करते हैं. ओके, सो वी कम टू द दिस पॉइंट. ओके, del f maximum means del x f, this multiplied by the error del y f multiplied by the error del z f multiplied by the del z So this is the value, this value, substitute all the values, then we are getting 0.0496 for x, y, z is equal to 1 and delta x is equal to this, y is this, delta z is this, delta y is this. We have the maximum relative error is given by equation 1, 3, this. Again, they have written here correctly. Do you get me or not? Here they have written del f upon del f upon f. Here they have written correctly.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Here,
sir.
if you look at what I told you in the beginning, they have written correctly. Here del f maximum upon this
Capital F.
is here upon. Here is upon, no doubt. Here is the relative. Relative means denominator is here, numerator is here. This is upon, no problem. This is upon, no problem. But here this is not upon. You look at here. This is not upon. This line is not upon. Del y is not a denominator. Del f is not denominator. Is it okay? So here
Yes, sir.
this relative error is come out
Del
in this
y f.
way. Okay, this is the relative error. If you want to calculate the percentage relative error, you can multiply it by 100. So this will be 1% approximately. So now this, the first one was the very important. Now the next one is also most important discussion in your course. That is the stability and condition, or you can say condition for stability. This is a condition. Numerical computation is said to be numerically unstable if the uncertainty of the input values is grossly magnified by numerical method employed. This numerical computation things, if you take the arguments or variable, you give some value to the variable, that is the input in computation. Whatever the value for given value of x, we compute the value of y. So for given value of x, when we compute the value of y or the value of the function, then that given value is here what? The input values. The input values. So it is, since it is a process of computation, that numerical method involves the process of computation, the method of computation, and that method of computation is known as a numerical computation. So since it is a numerical method, we apply the numerical methods, and therefore the computation becomes the numerical computation. We talk about the numerical method. It is a numerical method. Numerical method is here, and therefore after applying the numerical method, that computation is known as a numerical computation. Is it clear? Numerical computation, when given values in the mathematics, in numerical methods, we talk about the given values. Okay, then we compute the function. Is it okay? Then we compute the function. Then we compute the function or y or dependent value. Then this given value, whatever beginning the given values in numerical computation, computation is called as input. Is it clear? So here input values is grossly magnified by numerical methods implies. Whatever numerical technique we are going to apply, for example, we are going to apply the Newton-Raphson method. So for the Newton-Raphson method, whatever the initial value or the value of the x, we make the input. that value of the input is automatically magnified, means increased. And if it increases, then whatever computations we make, that computation becomes unstable. Means whatever we intend, we are not going to have, rather we are going to have the another result. So here purpose is how to make the computations stable. So what is purpose of study of this topic is how to make the computations stable. What will happen if it is not stable? If it is unstable, then this will give us wrong wrong. Okay. One thing, the numerical method gives us the approximated solution, and even in that very case, approximated solution is very hardly acceptable. You know, we are acceptable is what? Acceptable is the exact solution or the true solution. So we are not able to find the true solution in numerical methods. We are only able to find the approximated solution, and even if we compromise with the approximated solution, there is a situation when we are going to have the wrong approximated solution. Then this situation is not affordable for us. This is not going to be compromised, and therefore we need to study the stable condition for the computations. And what are the stable conditions? We are going to study in this very, under this very topic. Is it okay? इस % की एरर 60% की एरर को हम अपनी सफलता न कहीं मान लें, इसलिए हमें इस विषय पर भी चिंतन करना होगा, रेकनिंग करनी होगी यहाँ पर. दैट इज एन इशू ऑफ रेकनिंग. जैसे आजकल क्या है, मास्क लगाना एक, दैट इज द न्यू रेकनिंग among the people. नया चिंतन है लोगों के बीच में. पहले मास्क कोई लगाता था? नहीं लगाता था. कंपलसरी होने जा रहा है. तो ये क्या है? नए विचार हैं. इसलिए कि जीवन हमको जीना है उसी तरह से. इसलिए हम ये स्टेबिलिटी कंडीशन भी पढ़ेंगे कि कोई 50% की एरर, 45% की एरर, कॉन्फिडेंस उसको, भाई 55% की गलती करते हो तो कॉन्फिडेंस कितना बच्चा हमारे पास? 45% का बच्चा. 60% की गलती करते हो तो हमारे पास कॉन्फिडेंस कितना बचा? 40% बचा. आप कहोगे कि मैंने सर सोल्यूशन आपका दे दिया अप्रोक्सीमेटेड, हम उस सोल्यूशन को करेंगे क्या? इसलिए हमको सभी को ये जानना जरूरी है कि हम कैसे स्टेबल बनाएं. नहीं तो हर आदमी अपने अपने ढंग से वो अप्रोक्सीमेटेड सोल्यूशन को देना शुरू कर देगा. Okay, now we come to the mathematics. I remove all these things. I have given enough time, but this is the very important topic for us. Where is eraser? I am just removing. Given by this, fx is equal to fa plus f prime or dash. This is read as a f prime a or f dash a. Both are read, prime and dash both. F prime a into x minus a. The relative error of fx then becomes fx minus fa upon fx. Okay, is it clear? This is the true function, this is the approximated function, and this is value of the function at point and out of this, and this is the actual. So if you simplify, you are getting this expression. The relative error of x becomes x minus a upon. Is it clear or not, this part? This part. How this has come? The relative error of x minus a upon a. This was the relative error of fx. This was
Yes,
fx.
sir.
So for x, this is the condition is often defined as the ratio of the relative errors given by equations 1.38 and 1.39 as condition number. How we have got this point? From 1.38, 1.39. 1.38 is this, 1.39 is this. A has gone upside, so they have taken the ratio. F dash x minus a, if you divide this and this ratio, find the ratio, you will get a condition. Condition number is this. Then the condition number given by equation 140 indicates the extent to which an uncertainty in x is magnified by the fx. Magnified by the fx. How this is magnified? Condition number is equal to 1. This condition number, it has come out of the as a ratio of these two, and this is known, this the ratio is defined as a condition number or number of condition, stability condition. So first is 1. If it is 1, if this is 1, then what is going? Function's relative error is equal to relative error in x. Function's relative error is equal to relative error in x. So this is the argument, and this is the function. When condition this is 1, then you can substitute from here. This will be equal to f dash a is equal to fa. You can substitute here. You will simply get the condition 1. The function's relative error is equal to.
Yes, sir. मिल रहा है.
Okay. You will get it. Condition number
Yes.
when greater than 1, relative error is amplified. The relative error is amplified. This will be amplified, increased. Okay. Condition number 3 is less than 1. Relative error is attenuated. Attenuated means increased. Decreased. Condition number very large. If it is number is greater than very large number, the function is ill condition. Even your function is ill condition. This number, if condition number is going to be greater than the very large number, suppose say 5, 10, 100 or something, then your function which we are going to discuss, that is ill condition, means that is not useful for the discussion. So this is amplified, this is relative error is minimized. Here the standard one. In both cases they are proportional to each other. It is relative error is amplified. This is not acceptable. Relative error is less. The relative error is less in the function. This means relative error is amplified as compared to relative error in x. Relative error is minimized as compared to relative error in x. And very large number, then this is the ill condition. Now you take the example. Take the example, this one. Hurriedly we can take this example because we are going to have a time. Compute and interpret compute and interpret the condition number for this. Fx is equal to sin x, a is equal to this, fx is equal to tan x. The condition number is given by this formula. And for a is equal to 0.51 pi, f dash is equal to cos this, and we simply make the computation. This condition number comes out minus 0.005 this, and since the condition number is less than 1, from this we compute the relative error is 18 relative error is 18. Now fx is equal to tan x, f dash a is equal to this, a is equal to this, simply condition comes out to be minus, and the function is this. You look at here, this function is, you can say this is minus means it is less than 0. You can say it is less than 0, but this condition they are considering here the absolute value. They are considering here absolute value, and therefore this is not allowed here. The function is ill conditioned. So how the function can be ill conditioned? How the function having more relative error, having less relative error, and having the relative error equal to the relative error of the x. So uncertainty in data or noise, this is not in your course. Convergence is in course, I think. Convergence, linear convergence, this convergence in your course. So we will discuss tomorrow this convergence with the quadratic convergence. We can look at this. So tomorrow I will finish this, the convergence by the quadratic, by the linear sequence convergence. Tomorrow I will finish this unit.